Hello, everybody. I hope we're all doing good. It's your girl Sika in the house. I just wanted to pass by quickly and just say hello to everybody. I miss you all. I hope we're fine. It's another couple of days left, and then 2023 would officially be over, and would be into 2024. A few things that I wanted to highlight. The first one being that if you already started on your redox journey and you've had anything that you want to report, please let us know. If you don't want to tell me, please contact Pastor Patience. Her name on social media is Patience O. Edwards. You can let her know. And, you need to go for regular review. You need to be guided to be able to embark on this redox journey of yours and do it more effectively. So that is just to be put out there. For those of you who are in Africa and the Caribbean, unfortunately, we're not there yet. Work in progress, but we're not there yet. So that's what I wanted to say. Now, as we draw the curtains on 2023, one of the things that I think is quite important that we all recognize and identify is that in this life, sometimes, for whatever reason, there are a lot of people that feel that people, the world, society owes them something. But I'm here to let you know that nobody owes you anything. Hello, Auntie Vida. How are you doing? Happy New Year, Afishapa. I hope you're fine. Nobody owes you anything. You will not have anything that you haven't worked hard for, that you haven't earned yourself. One of the things that really jacks up my blood pressure is to have people that have this entitlement mindset and are always going around thinking that somebody owes them something. Some of it stems from, childhood. Some children never got told no. They always got what they wanted. They always manipulated their parents or whoever was looking after them into getting exactly what they want. And so they've grown up thinking that the whole world works like that. The whole world revolves around them. Whatever they ask for, whatever they want, they have to get it. By fair or foul means, they have to get it, and that without them even having to do anything, that somebody actually owes them something, and they need to get that something from you. That kind of attitude and mindset is very annoying to begin with, and secondly, it doesn't grow anything good and positive in your life. Nothing worth having is going to come into your life. Hello, Sister Dorcas. How are you? Good morning to everybody. Good morning. Nothing good is going to come into your life that you haven't actually taken the time to work hard for. You cannot get into this life and think that somebody owes you something. There are some friends that I've had in my lifetime that think that just because they're your friends, just because you love them, just because, you go out of your way to be kind to them, you spend your time with them, you go out of your way to be kind to them, that you owe them something. It has to be constant. You can't take away your time away from them. You can't ignore them. We all only have 24 hours in a day. So if I go out of my way to decide that I want to spend 1 hour of my time with you, appreciate and cherish it, but don't think that I owe you anything. Because the truth of the matter is that I don't. I was talking to one of my cousins a couple days back, and I just made a point to her that one of the good things that I love about our relationship, she lives in Philadelphia and I live here in Calgary, is that whenever we get together, we may not talk for 6 months because we're all busy. She's running around living her life and I'm doing the same thing. But one of the things that I absolutely love about her is that when we get together after 6 months, 1 week, 3 months, 1 year, whatever, We don't waste any time whinging about, you could have called me, and why haven't you called me, and you're my cousin, and I'm older than you or younger than you, why haven't you called me? We don't spend any time wasting time talking about none of that. We find each other where we are at that particular time, and we carry on where we left off. We catch up on lost time. We're so excited to hear from each other, and we just move along with it. I have other members of my family who would rather spend 2 hours arguing about who didn't call who, and why you didn't call me, and why is this, and I haven't heard from you. But why didn't you call me too? It doesn't always have to be me that does the calling. Why didn't you call me? If I mattered to you that much, if you missed me that much, why didn't you call me back? Oh, I haven't heard from Sika for a long time. Let me call her and find out how she's doing. Why does it always have to be me? Well, you're the younger one. You're the child here. It ain't got nothing to do with being a child or being a grown-up. There are other people in my family who call me regardless, and I call them too. My parents aren't exactly sitting around thinking and waiting for me to call them first because I'm their child, so I have to do the calling. And this is just one of many things. Some people are related to you, went to school with you, or in your life in some kind of fashion. And they've just come to expect that it's Christmas time, so you have to send me money. You have to send me money. Do you know how I'm living my life? Have you taken the trouble to even check up on me? When was the last time you called me? These are all questions we all ask ourselves on a daily, regular basis. But I was just passing by to let somebody understand that anybody that feels entitled in this life, you need to understand that you don't owe anybody anything. And nobody owes you anything either. You can't go through life expecting everybody to lie down and, do the whole 360 somersaults because of you. We are all equals in the eyes of God. That is my personal belief. We might be different in the way we are and everything else, but we are all the same. Male, females, different roles, tall, short, dark, light-skinned, I don't care. Older, younger. We are all human beings. And we need to treat each other equally with dignity and respect. But don't come to think that because I'm your friend, because I love you, because I spend time with you, because I go out of my way, my busy schedule to do things for you, that I owe you something. And at the same time, I also equally don't expect anybody to do anything for me. And so for me, when somebody goes out of their way to even pick up the phone to call me because they remembered me, it means the world to me. And so don't feel any type of way. Oh, if I don't call her now, she's going to get so upset. Let her be upset. Nobody dies from being upset. Let her be upset that you didn't call. We're all busy. Things are happening all around us. Life is happening to the best of us. Nobody owes you anything. The second point that I wanted to make is that the only way that we're going to eradicate entitlement behavior from our community is that we have to stop constantly giving handouts to people that think that you owe them something all of the time. I'll give you an example. There was somebody that I knew growing up. And unfortunately, this person lost her mom. Well, they didn't really have a relationship with their dad, but their mom was who we knew. And through the mom, by default, the children, 4 of them. And their mom passed away tragically. My family goes in, takes one of the children. They come live with us. They were twins. And my parents thought, well, if we support this one to at least stand out, she can also then support the other younger children. So, she came to live with us. My mom tried her best to put her through school, got her extra tuition and all of that. Long story short, the teacher that was hired to teach this poor girl, don't they chop the thing? Don't give this lady belly. She was only, 17? and she got pregnant. After he saw that he got her pregnant, they now concocted a plan to terminate this pregnancy, not medically. My mom had traveled, and so this girl was left at home. It was only my youngest sister who was in university at the time, and she didn't even know what was happening. Out of the blue, she said she just had this urge to go home. So she got in the car and drove home, only to find this girl somersaulting in the room and screaming in a pool of blood. She had mixed some things with other things that her friend had told her. My mom was far away, couldn't come. So they bundled her in a car and rushed her into the hospital and actually surgically completed this removal of this pregnancy and then saved her life. My mom was furious when she got back and wanted to get rid of her, sent her packing. I was one of the people that begged my mom on bended knees. I called her and I was, hand in hand, knees on the ground. Mom, please, she doesn't have anybody. We loved her mom so much. Please, mom, please, mom. Eventually, my wish was granted, together with all the other people begging for her. Guess what? 6 months later, she was pregnant again. Same person, right? And so my mom said, enough is enough. Now I couldn't even beg anymore. What am I going to say? This girl didn't understand that my family owed her nothing. We loved her just because of the love that we had for her mom, through whom we met all the children. And when their mom passed away, we decided that we wanted to be kind to them. But she took advantage of that. She thought we were always going to be there for them because, we feel so sorry for them, and what has happened. And it's our responsibility to make sure that they have a good standing. It may have sounded mean that after the second time, my mom told her to leave. But guess what? A few weeks back, I heard that she's had 2 children with this man. She's living with him. But because of how hard life has become for her, she herself has put herself through high school and is finishing off and is thinking about going to a tertiary education to become somebody. Imagine if we had just kept her in the house and pampered her. She had the baby. My mom took the baby and looked after her. She would have gone and had more. And then my mom would keep looking and just encouraging appalling behavior. But she left. They sent her away. She had to learn the hard way that nobody actually owes you anything. And you have to be responsible for your own actions. Today, she's a better person for it. Having learned the lesson, walked the walk herself, and learned the hard lesson. Some of us have people in our lives. It could be your husband. It could be your son. It could be your daughter. It could be your parents. I don't know. Some relative of yours or some friend in your life that thinks that you owe them something. You've gone out of your way. You've bent over backwards. You've done everything to save these people. But it's still not good enough. Nothing is good enough. You do this, they do that. They do this, you do that. You buy a car, they sell it. You do this, they do that. They will never learn until you learn how to cut off that umbilical cord that you've built, that bridge that you've built. You have an old son living in your house. Well into his 20s. His Bula Matali is as long as the distance between Accra and Kumasi or Lagos and Abuja. And you are still entertaining that person in your home. No work, no studying, no nothing. He's just living in your house rent-free, eating, sleeping, not doing nothing to advance himself. He's not even studying. He's not doing anything with his life. Oh, but this son of mine, he's been through so much and life is so stressful. How is he ever going to do anything with himself? I don't have a choice. I just have to keep looking. And you're entertaining and encouraging appalling behavior. Let me ask you a question. What are you going to do? Or what is your son or daughter going to do when you're not alive anymore? What is he going to do? Some of us parents, we even allow our daughters and their boyfriends and whoever to live in our house with us too. Because, the world is so cruel out there. I don't want her to leave. And at least when she lives in my basement, if she lives in my house now, I can see what is going on. I have some control over what is happening. My darling, if your daughter or your son is old enough to be doing mama and papa, they are ready to face life by themselves. If you don't cut that umbilical cord and allow them to go figure their lives out, guess what? They will never be able to stand in this life by themselves. And by the way, as a parent, you're going to be going sometime. You're going to be gone sometime. So how are they going to cope with life if you're always going to, wrap them with, cotton wool and, treat them as if they're going to break? When are they ever going to learn? You answer the question for yourself. Love your son, love your daughter. They're the best thing that happened to you. They are whatever. But at the end of the day, there comes a time when they have to learn how to stand on their own and do what they need to do. I love the West so much that when your son or daughter is 18 years old, the system considers them old enough to go live their own lives. That's the only way they learn. Oh, I don't want them to go out there because, they're going to get out in bad company. Well, they're going to go in bad company, still living in your house anyway. Do you know that your son or daughter are doing substances and hiding it from you, even though they're living in your house? If your child decides that is the path that he or she wants to take, there's nothing you can do about it, If at 18, 19, 20 years, you haven't worked hard enough, or if you've worked hard enough, they have just simply not taken on board all the training, all the sacrifice, all the advice, all the everything that you put and poured into your son and or daughter. It's not keeping them in your house in their 20s. No work. You can't even work in McDonald's. Flip burgers, $15, $20 an hour. And learn that if you want something in this life, you gotta burn some calories in order to get it. Your son wants iPhone, you pay for it. Your son wants this, you give it. They want Xbox, you buy it for them. Everything, you do it for them. What's gonna happen when you're not here anymore? Ask yourself that simple question. The other thing that I want to say to all of us as we go into 2024 is that you need to get very comfortable with the word no. If you're going to survive, you need to get very comfortable with saying no. Because a lot of the times, no is the best answer. And you need to get comfortable with saying no. N-O, no. There's some friends of ours that we have in this life that are literally draining the living daylight out of you. You yourself can feel it, that this person, every time they come into my life, I feel so stressed out. I feel like I'm losing my brain. But you're still hanging around with them because, you don't want to be lonely. I can't live my life by myself. I have to have somebody around me. What are they going to say? I don't want to upset them. Let them be upset. Let them be upset. Being upset never took anybody out. They will learn the hard way and get comfortable with your no. Sometimes no is just the best answer. That's just the truth. But some of us haven't practiced the assertiveness to be able to say no. Some of us, as old as we are, even in our 50s, we're being manipulated and taken advantage of by our friends. Some people are actually, quivering by the side in fear of their own friends. Hey, if I don't put this thing aside now, he's going to get upset with me. Are you kidding me? Who is the adult here? Are you kidding me? But there's so many of us, you're listening to me, that's how you are. You have a friend in your life and you are afraid of that friend. He or she is the one that dictates to you what you should do. Full grown-ass woman. You have a friend that dictates the pace of your life to you. Controls everything that you do and everything that you say. You think that, oh, it's because they love you. But a lot of the time it's because it suits them that you're that way. So, you have your own place. You should be comfortable, grow up, enjoy your life in freedom, peace. But every time you see your friend, you're hiding in the corner. You don't have a voice. You can't even speak up. And you allow your friend to take control of your life and tell you what you should do, how you should do it, when you should do it, what is wrong with you, who is the adult and who is the child. So in 2024, if you really want to be somebody, I really want you to get comfortable with saying no. It is not selfish. It is not being disrespectful. It is not being mean. It is not being wicked. It is self-preservation, self-care for your own self, for your own soul. So I don't know what it is, who it is that you're so scared of, who it is that you're so afraid of. You don't want to upset him. I don't want to upset her. Maybe it's your boyfriend, it's your husband. You can't say no to him. Or you can't say no to her because, they're going to throw their toys out of the pram. They're going to get all emotional. They're going to start saying horrible things to me. I don't want to hear any of these horrible. Let me just do it. It's just easier to do it. You're not helping yourself, my love. Get comfortable with saying no. Saying no sometimes is just the best answer. And I'm telling you these things because they're experiences I've had myself. Sometimes when you're too nice, you want to satisfy and please everybody. Guess what? You end up not pleasing anybody. That's the truth. There are some friends, some family members, some people in our lives. Nothing we do is ever going to be enough. Even when you donate your kidney, it's still not going to be enough for them. Nothing is good enough. They don't know the sacrifices that you make. They don't know the things that you put yourself through in order to do it for them. Imagine that you have some relative of yours living in Africa. Or maybe you all live in Africa. It doesn't matter. It's the same thing. You live abroad. You have family back home. You're working 16-hour days, 20-hour days. Some of us, we have 2 or 3 jobs that we're juggling. We've bought houses or we're renting houses. We have all the furniture, the TV, the bed, the everything. But you don't even put this body of yours, your bag of bones. You never put it in your bed. You're always out there because you have to make money for everybody but your own self. You're making all the money, but you're not investing any of it in your own health. You're not investing any of it, even eating good, sumptuous, healthy food. Some of us can't even afford to buy simple vegetables and fruits that the body needs. But you're busy sending money to Uncle Emeka. Chuamaka, you are sending money to all of those people. And you yourself, you're not looking after yourself. You're allowing yourself to be used. Let me tell you something. When you drop dead tomorrow, when you're not alive anymore, do you think those people are also going to die with you? They will move on happily into their lives. They will glide into the sunset and find the next person to sponge it off of. I'm not saying don't look after your family if you're in the position to be able to do that. But you can't look after other people at your own detriment. Do you understand what I'm saying? You don't have to look after anybody else to your own detriment. So love yourself enough. You're the one breaking your back and working hard. You're the one whose body is taking the pounding for all the hard work that you're doing. Let it count for something. If you're going to be pounding this body and putting it out there and, exposing it to all kinds of hassle, at least feed this body with what it needs so that it can keep giving you what you want it to give you. It doesn't make any sense to me that you're spending everything that you have. You're working so hard, but it's all coming and going out of your bank account. You don't have any savings. If anything happens to you tomorrow, now you be that. It doesn't make any sense, honey. It doesn't. And so in 2024, whilst we're still here, 2 more days into 2024, you're eating all the chicken, enjoying all the friends and the company and chilling and making merry. I hope that in 2024, part of your resolution is saying no. A very big, emphatic no. I hope so. That you're going to cut some things out of your life that just simply don't need to be there no more because you're a grown-ass man, a grown-ass woman, and you're going to finally grow some cojones to say no to some people because that's just what is needed. I hope so in 2024. Life is hard for all of us, Don't allow anybody to use emotional blackmail and some kind of manipulation and some kind of magical words to make you feel bad about nothing. Oh, you don't understand. You live abroad and everything is so easy. In Nigeria and in Ghana and in South Africa, we have to buy tomatoes for this price. Who told you it's any easier here? Who told you? Who told you that? We have to wake up in sub 40-degree weather and get our asses to work. In the snow. In the thick of the snow. You have to get out there. Whether you feel like it, whether you want it, whether you're cold or not, whether your body aches. You got to get out there. And you have to make it happen. So who told you that it's any easier? Some of the things that some of us have to put ourselves through here. If we asked you to do it back home, you won't do it. That is the truth. And so my sister, my brother, in 2024, get comfortable with saying no, because no is the best answer. All this working that you're working, what do you have to actually show for it? Yeah, have you bought yourself a car yet? Do you have a house that you're going to live in one day? Do you have any money stashed away? That when the rainy day comes, when you lose your job, when you're between jobs, when the economy is not so great, if your working hours get reduced because, things happen. When are you going to learn that lesson? I love my sister Dorcas so much. She said, that used to be me and I learned the hard way. I had to stop when I realized that I was doing so much for people who didn't even care. God bless you, my darling. They don't give a toss about you. They don't give a toss about you. And trust me, when you're not here anymore, they would move on. They won't even remember anything that you did for them. There was this friend of mine in England that was working 3 jobs because her husband lived back home in Ghana. And she had tried so hard to, get him to join her, but things weren't quite working out. She put up this nice house and put him in there. And one day she called him just to check up on him. He had his voice like a mouse, as if something was happening to him. He didn't know that the houseboy in the house was nearby and was listening to what he was doing. Right? Oh, honey, I have this really bad flu. Oh, my throat is I feel so ill. I wish you were here. Blah, blah, blah. The whole time, his side chick is lying there, giving him the job, right? He's telling the wife is so upset. Oh, Sika, my husband is so unwell. Oh, my God. Hey. Yeah. She was losing her mind. What can I do? Maybe I should buy a ticket and go home. I said, buy a ticket and go home. Can you even afford this trip? Let me send him some money. So she went to Western Union quickly and sent him money. A few minutes later, the houseboy called her separately. Madam, there's nothing wrong with Oga. Oga is enjoying well. There's nothing wrong with my Oga. There's a woman lying in your bed right now as we are speaking. There's nothing wrong with my Oga. Sometimes when some people are doing evil things, I can't sit by and allow this man to do this to you. And then he told her in no uncertain terms what was going on. And she was shocked. I'm like, why are you shocked? This is not a surprise. It is not a surprise. This man hasn't worked a day in his life. He's living in your house rent-free. You are sending him money every month. What do you expect? What do you expect? Somebody says, you're speaking to my husband. And when I saw it's abuse, they're abusing him, I took a stand and said, no, I love my darling more. Good. Good. Saying no. Say no. There's nothing wrong with saying no. And sometimes the person being, manipulated and abused himself, he can't even see that it is advantage that people that sometimes you have to be the one that stands in the gap and says enough is enough, because the person being taken advantage of doesn't even realize sometimes that is what is happening. People will always cook up cock and bull stories, They always cook up some very delicious cock and bull stories just to get you to fall for it. Especially if you're a nice person. If you have empathy for people. Some of my brothers are very good masters at this game. Some of my sisters too. Because it's not just the men that do it. The women do it too. To the men. I've seen a woman with 4 boyfriends put rub underneath her eyes and cry like a baby, video call like a baby, because she wants to extort monies from all 4 of them, and they all fell for it. It was a different story for all of them. One person got my mother is sick, the other person got I'm not feeling well, another person got, and all 4 of them, they all sent her money before the end of the day, and she got to do what she wanted to do. So don't be the one that is taken for a ride. These days, you can't even pick the ones that are right from the ones that are wrong. So you've got to be sharp. You need to pray for some level of discernment, because, God speaks to all of us. Some of us just decide we ain't going to listen. But he does speak to us. And if you're attentive enough, you hear his voice. It's as simple as that. The other thing that I wanted to say is that you need to set boundaries. Boundaries. After 9 o'clock in the night, I don't pick no more calls. That can be a boundary for somebody. And maybe I'm preaching to myself too. Unless it's an emergency, life or death matter, please don't call me after 9 o'clock at night, because I need me some time. Some people just think that, you're just lying there. You ain't got nothing better to do with your time. And so they can call you whenever they want. And you must answer the phone. And if you don't pick up, then you're mean, you're crazy. How can you not pick my call? Who the hell are you? Who the hell are you? It's 10 o'clock at night. It's midnight. I need me some sleep. Why should you be calling anybody at midnight? Why? If it's not a matter of life or not being alive, why are you calling somebody at midnight? There's probably 2 or 3 people, apart from my parents and my siblings, that I will pick up the phone to call at that kind of time. And if I do that, they know it's actually an emergency. And if it's not an emergency, I would never do that to anybody, because I don't want that to be done to me neither. Think about it. Think about it in 2024 and set you some boundaries. Oh, can you send me $100? You know you can't afford it, but you put it on your credit card because you have to send it to him. If I don't send it for him now, I don't know how he's going to cope. If he doesn't have it, he just doesn't have it. Plain and simple. It mustn't be you that is used as the sacrificial lamb to satisfy anybody. If you're not my parent, on your last leg, if I don't have it, I don't have it. It's as simple as that. Don't Don't allow anybody to manipulate you and say all kinds of things. You know, people are going to say something no matter what you do. So you need to get comfortable with the bad press because it's coming. And trust me, when you put your foot down, you're not going to be anybody's favorite person because people have suddenly realized that, oh, Sika has woken up, so now I can't use her anymore. No, people are not going to be happy with you. So understand that and be comfortable with that. At this point now, you can call me mean, wicked, horrible, senseless, foolish, stupid. Let's just keep going. I don't give a toss about you. You know why? Because when anything happens to me right now, there's probably only 6 or 7 people that are going to cry for me. 6 or 7. Let's leave the kids out of it. 6 or 7 adults I can count on to cry for me. The rest of it is all fake. And that's it. It may last for 10 seconds. Finish. They just have to cry because, you know, everybody is crying. So let's just cry with them. I usually tell people around me that they all have the power to either say yes or no. Exactly. And if you ask, you know, sometimes people ask people for unrealistic things. You know, you have a friend, you know she's married or he's married and he's got children and whatever. And now you're saying, oh, I need you to donate your kidney to me. Like, what is that? And if they can't do it or they say no, you get upset about it. You need a blood transfusion. You want me to give you blood, but you don't know my situation. If I'm always anemic or if I'm not or whatever. Somebody would say to another person, you know, I want to buy a house, but I don't have all the money to buy the house yet. So I'm looking for you to be a co-signatory to my buying a house. And when that person says no, you get upset. Don't you realize that that is a huge commitment? Yeah, there are certain things that you can't ask your friend for. Boundaries. I have no friend in my life that I'll ever go to and say to them, not because they wouldn't do it if they had it, but I just don't think it's right. Oh, can you give me, I need you to lend me $10,000. Like, seriously? What a burden of responsibility. And this, you know, thing that you're putting on them. And then when they can't do it, you make them feel so bad that they said no to you. Why? Why? I want you to come and co-sign on my house. I need you to come and co-sign. Can you lend me $20,000 so that I can put it down on a house? What kind of relationship do you have with that person to be laying that on that person? Of course, if somebody wants to do it for you, a lot of the times I find you don't even have to say it. The people themselves will offer it to you. But a lot of us just think that because I laugh with this person, you know, we are all in the struggle together. So if I ask him or her to do something for me, the person has to say yes. And for some of us, when the person says no, I can't do it, you get upset that they can't do it. Why are you upset? Why? Why are you upset? Why? Why are you angry with that person? Because they said no to you. They can't do it. They can't do it. Would you do it for somebody else? Would you? If the answer is no, why should you think that because it is me that is asking, so he or she has to say yes to me? Why? And when they say no, you get angry. Nobody in this life comes out to come and hang their life out there. You know, this is my life. You know, yeah, I have the money. Nobody tells you about their struggles. Very few people tell us about what it is that they're actually dealing with on a daily basis. The fact that you see somebody presenting on social media, looking all nice and cozy and everything. Hello, Sister Sarah, how are you doing? Does not mean that everything is okay with them. How many people do I not get in my inbox every single day? I need $500 to start my business. I need $1,000 to do this. My sister, I want to travel to Canada. I need you to help me. Do I work for the immigration? I've never put it out there that I give visas to people to travel. I never said that. You don't know my life. You don't know my struggle. You don't know nothing about me. But just because I'm here on social media, we're all talking, we're all advising ourselves, we're all learning how to become better people. You've just assumed because I do this, it means that everything I have is put together. Do you know me? Do you know my life? Do you know what I go through on a daily basis? So those of you who've been sending me those messages, that's why I don't mind you. You send me that kind of message, I either block you or I put your message in spam because I don't really know what you're expecting to get from me. I want to come to Canada. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? It's online. Go to their website and figure out what it is that you need to do and need to have to travel. If you've got it, you've got it. Put the application in. If you get granted the visa, you get it. What do you want me to do? I don't give visas. It's all out there. We're all reading it. What do you want me to do? Right? People kind of ask make some ridiculous kind of demands of other people. I can't think I don't understand. I have 4 children. I can't feed them. Auntie, because you don't have children. Auntie, you can help me look after my 4. Did I ask you to have 4 children that you couldn't look after? Let's just be real here. I'm not being mean. I'm not being horrible. But let's just call a spade, right? What you want me to do? And every time I get that is when I've talked about the fact that I'm childless and I can't have children. Then I get it. Oh yes, mommy, then you can be my mother. You are my mother for life. I love you so much. I don't know you. I don't know you. I don't know you. You don't know me. So please, let's just be real here. I love you. I love you so much. I appreciate every single one on this platform. But sometimes let's just get realistic about certain things. If there's something happens, and I feel it in my heart of heart, because God always tells me these days what it is that I need to do. He would impress it on me until I get it done. I can't sleep without doing that. So maybe what you should spend time doing is to ask God to impress it on my heart to do something. Because until He's spoken and moved me, I don't just do things willy-nilly. Because there are people in this life that I have laid down my own life for. And today, they don't even talk to me. That good thing that I thought I was doing has now become a thorn in my own flesh. And so I've also learned my lessons the hard way. Everything that I'm telling you today, I've been there, done that, won the t-shirt. Okay? On Sunday, I'm going to be a year older than I was. So I've learned my lessons the very hard way. So please, boundaries. You want me to help you, but you haven't even proven to your own self, not even me, yourself, what it is that you're doing. I have all the love and all the time for people who are struggling and are actually doing something about their struggle. If I see that you've picked the load from the ground and you've put it to your knee level, I will be moved to help you to put it to your shoulder and eventually on your head. But don't expect that you're going to be sitting down. Thank you so much, Sister Dorcas. Cross your legs, not do anything, and expect me to come and do anything for you. I'm sorry. Oh, Sister Laura, mwah, I love you. Sister Dorcas, God bless you. Don't expect any such thing from me. Some people are lying flat on the floor, with their mouths open, trying to gasp oxygen. And they want me to come and bend over, pick you up from the ground, lift your head, lift the rest of your body, lift you up to stand so that you can push me down. I'm sorry, it's not happening. Because I've been there, done that. Wonder t-shirt. Yeah. Experience has taught me well. So now, no, you're not going to get me like that anymore. You got me in the past, but today I'm wiser. Yes. Just like you're also hustling and trying to make something of yourself. Me too. I'm hustling and also trying to make something for myself too. I work hard, many hours. At least 12-hour days. What are you doing with your own self? My sister, your husband has died. You have 4 children. You can't look after them. You're out there. You in your area. You can see. If I make some small meat pie and some local drink now, maybe people will start to buy it. You can pray over it and, and start selling something. Do something with yourself. I didn't ask your husband to not be here. I didn't take out your husband. I didn't ask you to have your 4 children. When you were doing the jiggy and it was jigging, you did not call me. I did not hold the bed for you. I did not open your legs for you. I did not put Bula Matali for you. So please, do something for your own self. Yeah. When I do my own too, I am responsible for the outcome. So you too be responsible for yours. Let's just keep it plain and simple. And I have all the love for people. I would help anybody that I can if I'm able to. Listen, I will help anybody when I am able to. The fact that I'm here talking, we're learning, we're discussing. Don't take this to mean that I'm made. I have not arrived yet. Maybe when I arrive, I'll let you know. But that day has definitely simply not come yet. It hasn't come for me. I'm hustling hard. So you too, hustle hard. That's the best way to mimic me. If you want to be like me, do what I do and you'll be like me. But don't think that you're going to sit around, not do nothing, complain about... And those people who are like, they are always whinging about how hard life is. Always pity party. You don't know how difficult things are. You don't know how hard life is. Things are so difficult. Yeah, life is so hard. Nothing is working. There are no jobs out there. They will go on and on and on and on. Who told you life is any easier anywhere else? Money is not growing on trees anywhere else either. You have to sit on your backside and you have to get work done. If it means no sleeping, it means no sleeping. As I'm sitting here now, I work almost 6.5 days a week. When I'm not doing that, I'm doing my social media work. Yes, it is work. I'm looking for new ventures to get into. And then I'm taking a course on top of that too, because I want to better my life. So I know about you. I don't know about you. And there is no limit to when things get done. No limit. This morning, I read a post on Pastor Patience's platform. She said, it's never too late for you to start doing what you want in order to live your best life. I haven't probably given the exact quote, but it was just along those lines. It's never too late. I saw my 50-something-year-old mother with 4 children and a husband decide that she wanted to go back to school. She did a 4 years LLB degree and then continue to do the 2 years to actually get called to the bar by her 60th birthday. If she can do it, and there's no stopping. You can do whatever you want to if you set your mind to it. And maybe yours is not education. Maybe yours is setting up a business, starting something. I never even knew that I could braid hair. You saw my pictures from yesterday. I used my friend's daughter's head. And that is what came out of it. So all those plain doll's hair, it all paid off for something. And so please, if I can happen too, anything that I can do, you can do it better. You hear me? So if you want something good out of this life, you have to make something happen for yourself. Okay? You can make something happen for yourself if you're prepared to do the work. that it takes to get where you need to get to. So please, stop making your life or the failure of it or anything anybody else's fault. There's one last point I want to make before I end this video today, because I think I've ranted and raged enough. It's enough for you to think about what I'm saying. There's a lot of us that, maybe unfortunately, your parents didn't do what they were supposed to do for you. They didn't look after you. They didn't put you through school. They didn't give you the basic things that you need in this life, on and on and on. My heart goes out to you. But the truth about it is that once you hit the age of 18, your parents' work is done in your life, and the rest of it is up to you. If you want to have the life that you desire, you can get out there and sculpt that life for yourself. Yes, it's true that the fundamentals that you had from your parents will make that journey smoother, easier, whatever for you. But as long as you have life, there is hope. And as long as you have life and you're prepared to do what it takes and put in the hard work, trust me, the heavens will bless you and give you what you need. Don't make it somebody else's baggage. Don't wear it as a noose round your neck every year. My parents didn't do anything for me, and my mom didn't look after me, and my father didn't pay my school fees, and my grandfather didn't do this, and that person did that to you. My honey, what can you do about it? It's done. The past is gone. The present is is in front of you, and the future is ahead of you. What are you doing with the 10 fingers and the 2 hands that you have right now? You're alive. There are people that are 6 foot under that wish they had what you have. They don't. They are dead. You're alive. What are you doing with that life that you have? I've seen people sell water, common water, and they've built a mansion out of that. I've seen people sell rice and beans and build something from that. What are you doing for your own self? When are you going to stop whinging and complaining and making it all about somebody else? Nobody owes you anything. You need to understand that. This life, it doesn't owe you anything. Me, I don't owe you anything. You don't owe me nothing. We are all just struggling and striving to make a better life for ourselves. So you used to get out there and make it happen for you. It doesn't come on a silver platter. It's not going to... Look, if complaining and whinging sorted out problems, I will go with the whole trumpet and complain everything that I need to complain about. It doesn't change nothing. The only thing that changes something is when you actually start effecting change. Change your mindset and then take the action. That is the only thing that gets you where you need to get to. So my lovely, if you haven't heard anything I've said today, I just want you to understand that nobody owes you anything. This life doesn't owe you anything. I don't owe you nothing. You don't own me nothing or owe me nothing. And we are all just keeping it moving. Let's just be real here. Your mom doesn't owe you anything. You don't owe her anything. Your dad does not owe you anything. You don't owe him anything. You've got to keep it moving and do what you need to do to make it happen. Some of us have even been given everything. Your parents did their best for you. It was still not good enough because you just don't want to get up and gather yourself together and make it happen for yourself. You're just enjoying the complaining. Some people are just like that. They just like to whinge and moan and complain about how bad it is, blah, 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 and don't do nothing to change it. Nothing is going to change in your life until you do something about your own life. Understand that, and in 2024, your life will be so much simpler. Start from where you are. As little as you think it is. Start from right there. And I bet you the heavens will bless your efforts with resounding success. You wouldn't know what hit you. If you're prepared to get out there and make it happen, the heavens will orchestrate itself to make it happen for you. But it all starts with you and the actions that you're prepared to take. But don't you ever think that I owe you anything. And don't you ever think that anybody else in this universe owes you anything. If you want something bad enough, go and make it happen for you. Go and work hard. Work hard, because hard work is what gives you what you need. It's as simple as that. I love you so much. If you're interested in embarking on health and wellness journey in 2024, type in the word redox and let's have a chat about what we are going to do in 2024 to get you on your journey. If you're ready to actually embark on the journey, I don't want no time wasters, please go to Pastor Patience page. Her name is Patience O. Edwards on Facebook. Go follow her page and go talk to her. She can get you all the products that you need. She's my cellular health coach forever. And she can help you embark on your journey. There's some people who have already actually purchased the products and are on them. I want to hear from you. We heard from Sister Promise a week and a half ago. If there's anybody else that has a testimony to share, we want to hear from you. And if you're not in touch with her, you've just bought the products and you're just sitting on your own doing your own thing, please, that's not how we do it. Go speak to her. Go speak to her. And let her direct you on what it is that you need to do. But if you want to know more, type in Redox for information. So put Redox and put information, and I'll send you a link to go and read up about Redox and decide if that's something that works for you. But in 2024, you're going to hear a lot about that from me and her, the pair of us. You're going to hear a lot from us about it. We're not stopping because we are here to help us all attain optimal health. I love you so much. Just understand that nobody owes you anything, and you've got to get out there and make it happen for yourself, and life will be good for you. Have a fantastic Friday. Take care of yourself. Enjoy the rest of the holidays. I am not looking forward to work next week, but it is what it is. You have to get out there and grind hard. God bless you. Bye. Bye, Sister Dorcas. I love you. Mwah. Bye.